Well, I drive by, your pants are wet.
Oh, did not know that. It's my bad. I'll go change.
Yeah, what's going on?
I just had to use the bathroom. Nothing major, though.
Okay, you got an ID on you?
Sometimes I dribble. There you go.
An autistic father was playing Pokemon Go with his 10-year-old son. A police officer interrupts their game, detains the father, questions him, mocks him, searches him, interrogates him, accuses him of being on drugs or drunk, even though he's clearly autistic.
The pants are way too wet for just a little dribble, to be honest with you. So, do you want to be honest with me?
Okay.
Where do you live at? How long have you lived over there? You and his mom still together? Any drugs or alcohol today? How long have you been sober? Do you smoke?
No.
Okay, not even cigarettes.
This young officer not only violates this man's rights, but he humiliates him in front of his son.
I don't know what you're looking for me to say. It's piss, I'm telling you.
Well, obviously it's piss. What I'm trying to figure out is you're walking around with your son and you got your wet pants on and you're playing Pokemon Go when another grown man's trying to talk to you. So I noticed that pants were wet, so that's why I was talking to him. Has he been acting weird? Or is No, he's been alright?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then he just walks off into the sunset like he had just performed some great service.
Alright, thanks.
You have nothing better to do than stop an autistic person. I shouldn't have to say that on here, or I shouldn't have to tell the police station that I'm autistic for these people to leave me the alone.
Do you have a kid in college? How much of your family's personal information does that college store online, vulnerable to hackers? On January 6, Dartmouth College announced that the personal information of over 40,000 people, including social security numbers and bank account information, was compromised in an August cyber attack. This can happen to you. You're at risk when your personal information is exposed on the internet. This is why I recommend setting up an account with the sponsor of today's video, Incogni. Incogni tracks down and removes your personal data from multiple sites, including online directories, people search sites, and even commercial databases. The process is fully automated, so it will continuously remove your personal data from these places. As of today, Incogni has removed my personal information in 812 different places online. But I also use the custom removal feature available in the unlimited plan and the family unlimited plan to take down almost everything that's exposed about you online. So check out Incogni using the link below or go to incogni.com/civil to get an exclusive 60% off. That's incogni.com/civil and use code CIVIL or click the link below to take your personal data off the market. Now back to the video. Okay, this video involves the Canandaigua, New York Police Department. I think that I pronounced that correctly. It happened back on November 15th of 2025. And here's where this came from, the Veriton Press on Facebook. So they obtained and published this body cam footage along with the following description. Videos circulating online show a City of Canandaigua Police Department encounter involving an officer identified in post as Officer Noland Alvarado. By the way, I looked him up on their police department Facebook page, and as I suspected, he's just a young guy, pretty much a baby cop, who had just gone to the police academy in like 2024, which, as you'll see, probably will not surprise you. According to the family's allegations, the officer drove past this father and his minor son 3 to 4 times before stopping and initiating contact, which they describe as targeting. The father has autism, and they say that the context was not handled properly. The officer allegedly pressed the father about a wet spot on his pants. The father explained that it was an accidental urine leak. They claim the officer interrogated and conducted a stop-and-frisk style interaction without lawful cause, asserting there was no reasonable suspicion or probable cause. And frankly, after watching this footage, I'm pretty shocked by it. So let's go through it and see whether any rights were violated. So the body cam footage just starts with this police officer just popping out of his car, turning on his body cam, and walking up to this father and son, who were out playing Pokemon Go on a sidewalk. There was no call for service, no crime had been committed, no crime had been reported, just the officer saw something that interested him, so he jumped out of his car and walked up to this father and son. He asks them what they're doing, and they immediately tell him they're playing Pokemon Go.
What's happening today?
Pokemon Go.
Oh, alright. What are you finding? No, I'm just hopping out. What are you guys looking for? No. Is there anything good in the area?
It's actually a Go Wild area event, so this shiny booths, new Pokemon, stuff like that.
Okay, nice. How are you guys related? Oh, nice. All right, man. You want to come talk to me over by my car?
The officer directs the father to walk with him off to the side by the police cruiser, leaving the 10-year-old son just standing there by himself on the sidewalk. Does this look to you so far like something that is optional? In other words, could this father and son have just continued on playing Pokemon Go and ignored the police officer?
Right over here. Well, I drive by, your pants are wet.
Oh, did not know that. It's my bad. I'll go change.
Yeah, what's going on?
I just said to use the bathroom. Nothing major, though.
Okay, you got an ID on you?
Sometimes I dribble. There you go.
It looks like a lot more than a dribble. I don't want your owl card.
Oh,
So what are you guys doing?
we're playing Pokemon Go, like we said.
Okay.
We just went up and used the bathroom, and
Who did?
me and him.
Okay. So how did you use the bathroom and now your pants are wet?
Like I said, I dribbled. I'm being 100% truthful with you. You want to go check my cameras? You can.
Where do you live at?
150.
Okay. How long have you lived over there?
5 years.
Okay. You and his mom still together?
Oh, no.
Okay.
We ain't together at all.
Okay.
If you want my personal opinion, she's a narcissist, but
Okay. Is anybody else home?
at my house,
Yeah.
it's just, I just live there by myself.
Okay.
With him and my 2 cats.
Alright. Any drugs or alcohol today?
No. I don't drink or do any of that. I like to be in control of my body.
Okay. So
I would
Pants
go
are-
get changed.
the pants are way too wet for just a little dribble, to be honest with you. So do you want to be honest with me? Were you boozing earlier?
Are you serious right now?
I'm very serious because a grown man with wet pants, he's got to be on something.
If you want to breathalyze me, you can.
Well,
I'm telling
you're
you right
rocking,
now.
You're rocking back and forth. What do you got? What do you got on your pants there? On your knees?
Dirt, whatever it is, food. I don't know what you're looking for me to say. It's piss. I'm telling you.
Well, obviously it's piss. What I'm trying to figure out is you're walking around with your son, and you got your wet pants on, and you're playing Pokemon Go when another grown man's trying to talk to you.
What do you want me to tell you? I don't know what you're looking for here. I'm not trying to. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. Okay? I'm
How
telling
long
you.
have you been sober?
I haven't drank a day in my life, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I can go change if you want me
Okay.
to.
Have you ever used drugs?
No.
Okay. How long have you been sober?
My whole life, I have not drank. I had one drink when I was 21. I didn't like it.
Okay. Do you smoke?
No.
Okay. Not even cigarettes?
I used to smoke cigarettes.
Okay.
I don't smoke anymore.
Okay.
Can I go change so we can continue what we were doing?
Do you feel like you're in an okay state to care for your son?
Yes, I'm perfectly fine. I'm really confused why you're questioning me like this.
I'll go through it again. I drive by.
Mm-hmm.
I see your pants are wet. You're walking around with a little boy. I want to make sure that everything's okay. That's what I'm
Everything
doing.
is fine.
Okay. Do you have any warrants or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Candidate grade 26.
826.
Can you start me an assist a citizen at Camelot and Buffalo? I got an ID when you're ready.
Go ahead.
It didn't look like the father was given much of a choice in any of this, did it? Nevertheless, the father complied with everything he was asked to do. He walked over to the side, he provided his ID, he answered all these ridiculous questions, and now the officer is running his ID through dispatch to check for warrants, etc. And just in case this did look voluntary or consensual to you, the officer now takes it one step further and begins to literally search the father's bag.
And no alcohol or anything in the bag.
No.
Okay. Would you open the bag?
Yeah, here. I'll put that down.
So have you guys been around town all day?
Yes. Okay. We stopped because we went to free clothing and
Where'd you go?
free clothing, Jordan Clinic. You know where that is? It's the old Thompson Hospital.
Oh, down by the city pier? Okay.
No. Library.
Oh, all right.
The library area there. Got this. This
Okay.
peroxide for medical. And water. This.
What's in this here?
This?
Yep.
Pokemon Go Plus here.
Does that open up?
Does this open up?
Yeah.
No.
What is it, like a charger or something?
It's an auto catcher. You can hook it up and it can throw Pokeballs by itself.
Okay. Alright.
Other than that,
What's in the side pocket and front pocket?
this, microphone, another iPhone.
86 Matthew Shutter showing a non-driver ID only, negative system.
Copy. Anything in the boxes or no?
Microphone. And ring light.
Okay. And what's in these front pockets?
Candy, Neo, pin, fan, box, and chargers.
What's the little square there? Charger?
Night safe.
Yeah,
Charger.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to talk to your son and then I'll let you go.
Notice that he said, I'm going to go talk to your son and then I'll let you go, implying that this has not been a consensual encounter, but has been a detainment. More on that later. So he walks over to where the 10-year-old son is still standing now next to the sidewalk and proceeds to further humiliate the father now to the son directly.
What's up, buddy? So, I noticed Dad's hands were wet, so that's why I was talking to him. Has he been acting weird? Or is
No.
No, he's been alright?
Yeah,
Alright. What have you guys been doing? You guys been doing Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
How long you been doing that?
about like 10 o'clock.
Okay. Alright. Sweet, man. You getting ready for Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
Yeah? You excited?
yeah,
Yeah? Alright. What's on the Christmas list?
nothing really.
Nothing really?
Yeah,
Alright. Well, good deal. Yeah, I just wanted to stop and check. You're all good to go?
yeah,
Okay. Alright, man. How old are you?
10.
10? Alright.
Yeah.
So what grade are you in? 5th grade?
Yeah, I'm almost 11,
Nice. When's the birthday?
17.
What is it? Oh, so right before Christmas, like a double whammy.
Yeah,
Alright. Well, you guys have fun, alright?
okay.
And you got your own phone, right?
Yeah,
Okay. If you need us, just call us, okay?
okay.
Have a good day, man. Alright. Alright, thanks.
That's where the body cam footage ends. So after detaining this father and son and then interrogating the father and searching the father and essentially mocking the father in many different ways, he just says, okay, well, have a nice day. And he leaves and he turns off his body cam. And that was it. He gets in his police car and he leaves the scene. There were no criminal charges. But understandably, this guy is pissed off. The dad is pissed off. He goes on a social media account. I'm not sure which platform this was on because it was linked in the comments of the original video at this media site on Facebook. And he gives an explanation from his point of view about what happened and why he's upset about it.
So, I'm going to come on here and rant quite a bit about an incident that just happened to me in Ontario County, New York. So, I just came back upstairs with my son, used the bathroom, and I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat. Everybody does it, so if you want to roast me, do it. I don't give a shit. I had a little bit of dribble, and that's no reason for a cop to sit here and stop you. Okay? Let alone drive by us 3 times and then come in and act all buddy-buddy about it. Oh, what are you guys doing today? Pokemon Go. Oh, have you caught or find anything good? I'm like, yeah, it's a big event. There's good Pokemon out. And then he's like, oh, well, can you come over to my car really quick? This dude had the audacity to ask me if I was drinking or on drugs just because there was a little bit of piss on my pants. You know. I told him, I'm like, you want to go check my cameras, you can see that we just came out here. Didn't even acknowledge, oh no, we don't need to do that, or anything. And then he started asking me personal questions, like, oh, well, is you and his mom still together? That's when I knew that it was targeted. So then I'm like, you want to take a breathalyzer on me, you can. You ain't going to find anything. Disregarded that, too. Didn't do anything. Kept badgering me. And I told him, I'm like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. So he kept going on about, how long have you been sober? I'm like, I've been sober my whole life. And then he kept asking that like 4 times after. How long have you been sober? It was targeted. This is what I'm talking about with Ontario County justice system. You have nothing better to do than stop an autistic person. I shouldn't have to say that on here. Or I shouldn't have to tell the police station that I'm autistic for these people to leave me the fuck alone. But he took my ID. Then he had the audacity to ask me to check my book bag if there's any drugs or alcohol in there. You know, me being compliant, my son's standing over there petrified that I'm going to go to jail. So, if my son wasn't right there, I would have walked away because he never told me that he was detaining me or that I was under arrest. So I had every legal action to walk away, but I didn't. Okay? My main focus was my son's feelings. And I kept looking at him and everything. Long story short, Ontario County needs to leave me the hell alone. Because I'm not doing anything illegal, and you shouldn't have stopped me because I had a little bit of piss on my pants. Roast me in the comments, I don't care. I'm autistic. Congratulations, you all know.
The main issue here is whether or not this was a consensual encounter or it was a Terry stop, also called a detention. For a consensual encounter, police officers can just walk up to somebody, ask them questions, ask for ID, and at all times the person is free to leave. They don't necessarily know that, but it's not something that's being forced. Under circumstances where it is being forced or where a reasonable person would believe that they have no choice but to comply.
You want to come talk to me over by my car? Okay. You got an ID on you? Okay. All right, I'm going to talk to your son, and then I'll let you go.
Reasonable suspicion is required. And for that to be justified, an officer needs specific objective facts, not just a hunch, indicating that there has been some sort of crime or violation. The officer must be able to clearly explain observable evidence that justifies the stop. No hunches allowed. Here, it would be a stretch even calling this a hunch that any crime at all had occurred. Just wet pants on a father playing Pokemon Go with his 10-year-old son. It does seem that his concern here was possible endangerment of a child due to maybe having a drunk father, something like that. But any concern about that would have been pretty quickly cleared up by any reasonable police officer under these circumstances.
If you want to breathalyze me, you can.
Well,
I'm telling
you're
you right
rocking,
now.
You're rocking back and forth. What do you got? What do you got on your pants there? On your knees?
Dirt, whatever it is, food. I don't know what you're looking for me to say. It's piss, I'm telling you.
We can clearly see that this individual is acting consistent with an autistic person. He's offered to take a breathalyzer. He's offered to show evidence that he was home. He's answered all the questions. There's no reason to continue detaining this person against his will. Yet the officer does, and even searches his bag, which, if there was no consent to do that, probable cause is required, which is yet another Fourth Amendment violation. Remember that it's always a good idea to take away the guesswork here by asking a police officer, am I free to go? If the answer is yes, then you have no obligation to provide ID or to remain. But maybe you see things differently. If there's something I missed, let me know in a comment. If I hear anything else, I will update, and you can follow along by subscribing both here and at the blog, thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can follow me on X at JohnBryanESQ. Remember, our rights don't end where your fear begins. Freedom is scary. Deal with it.